Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, recently shared a set of intimate insights into her personal well-being routine and domestic life, offering a rare glimpse behind the curtains of her Californian home. She revealed that she often walks barefoot inside her Montecito residence, a choice she describes as both symbolic and therapeutic, part of a conscious effort to create a grounded, relaxed environment. In a conversation with her friend Courtney Adamo, who recently published a book about creating joyful and mindful homes, Markle explained that greeting visitors barefoot in jeans and an apron helps to soften the typical formalities of such a home. She said, "It demystifies. People walk in and go, oh, she's in this with me. And what are they drawn to? Your kitchen." They come right in, and suddenly everyone's a little bit softened. Markle's choice is part of a larger wellness-oriented lifestyle trend often referred to as grounding, or earthing, in which individuals intentionally make direct contact with the earth or barefoot surfaces to promote calm and reduce stress. Though she admitted the scientific evidence remains modest, she explained that for her home life, the act of being barefoot connects her more with the present moment, especially when hosting children or friends. The Duchess lives with Prince Harry and their two children, Prince Archie of Sussex and Princess Lilibet of Sussex, in the Montecito area of California. She described their home rituals. Upon waking, she turns on music in the house, and while traveling she brings a portable charger to keep the routine going. She also always travels with a candle because she is so conscious and sensitive to fragrance, and she associates that with home. At the same chat, she recounted that even when hosting royal figures, she once greeted someone in ripped jeans and barefoot. "I remember I was in ripped jeans, and I was barefoot," she recalled. She acknowledged that for some Britons, this might appear jarring, but for her it signified authenticity and comfort, rather than strict adherence to formality. Markle's farm-like residence includes space for gardening and preserving, activities she has embraced increasingly in recent years. She shared that she and daughter Lilibet once picked berries together and made preserves, an activity she described as meaningful and symbolic of family tradition and grounding. The Duchess noted that such simple acts, bare feet in the soil, cooking at home, lingering in the kitchen, help root her in the ordinary, which in her view is the antidote to the extraordinary world they otherwise inhabit. She said that creating a comfortable, positive environment at home is one way to bring friends and family into your wellness practice. Markle's comments come amid broader coverage of her lifestyle brand, As Ever, formerly known as American Riviera Orchard, which includes home, lifestyle and food product lines. Her evolving public image increasingly integrates the domestic and the wellness-oriented, merging elements of celebrity lifestyle with home-based rituals. Observers say this shift reflects Markle's attempt to define her post-royal public identity in a way that feels grounded in daily life rather than spectacle. Despite her celebrity status, she appears to lean into ordinary aspects of life: cooking, gardening, family time, barefoot at the door. In doing so, she positions herself as a relatable figure, especially to her audience of women navigating family life, home, wellness, and personal authenticity. Some critics, however, argue that such portrayal still retains elements of luxury and privilege inaccessible to many, thereby complicating the message of groundedness. Markle's life in Montecito comes with significant resources, large home, staff, and visibility, which for some observers raises questions about how representative her wellness claims are. Nevertheless, she stands by her choices, explaining that it isn't about austerity but about presence. "Being barefoot is about being in the moment," she said. She further explained that the act of removing shoes at the door signals a shift from the outside world into the comfort of home, helping to delineate a mental transition between public and private life. This ritual echoes long-standing cultural practices in many parts of the world, removing shoes before entering a home to signify respect, cleanliness and interior peace, but Markle frames it as a wellness tool. Markle's home life disclosures follow a line of public evolution, from actress to royal, to stepping back from royal duties and moving into lifestyle, brand business, and media production. Her series With Love, Meghan, which premiered in March 2025 on Netflix, reflects this journey, covering cooking, hosting, gardening, friends and family. As part of that show, she featured aspects of her Montecito home and family life, aligning with the anecdotes she shared in recent interviews. Some of the scenes shown in the series already emphasized barefoot gardening and dessert making, which mirror the real-life habits she's now discussing publicly. Markle's wellness focus is not limited to the home. She also spoke about sensory cues, such as fragrance, music and ritual, that mark transitions and promote well-being. She surmised that even for families, creating a calm environment can increase connection and reduce stress, as simple as turning on the music or preparing the space in a certain way. The Duchess said that by inviting guests into a less formal home environment, she hopes to foster vulnerability and authenticity among friends and family. In her own words, "Suddenly everyone's a little bit softened." Well-being experts might interpret her barefoot ritual as a form of what's sometimes called micro-ritual, small, consistent practices that mark transitions and reinforce mindset changes. Though Markle did not discuss detailed psychological science, her description aligns with research that shows environmental cues can prime relaxation and social connection. By sharing these routines, she may also be seeking to shift her public narrative, from high-profile royal figure to accessible wellness influencer and mother in the home. The audience for this shift potentially includes women aged 65+, which aligns with your YouTube channel demographic, who may respond to home, routine, family, and connection themes. Markle's message of "home is sanctuary" could resonate with that audience, welcoming, authentic, domestic, and grounded. The timing of her remarks is interesting. She has stepped into a more visible brand role while publicly emphasizing the private, everyday aspects of family life. Her barefoot statement is unusual for a figure of her stature. It de-emphasizes formal clothing and royalty's polished veneer, replacing it with something more intimate. But the question remains, how well will that translate to her broader public identity? Some viewers might find it endearing, others might see incongruity between luxury lifestyle and homemade rituals. Her brand, as ever, which sells premium lifestyle products, raises questions about accessibility and inclusivity, an issue that has been raised by some commentators. In her interview, Markle did not shy from acknowledging that her privileges exist, yet she emphasized her desire to create meaning in home and motherhood, rather than just status. She appeared to position her kids' upbringing at the heart of her routine, saying gardening, preserves and barefoot time are great formative memories she wants them to have. Her move to emphasize routines and rituals can be seen as part of a broader cultural turn. Wellness, mindfulness and domesticity have become popular across generations, but especially among older women who appreciate comfort, legacy, connection. For viewers of your channel, women aged 65 plus, Markle's story offers a template of evolving identity, from public role to private anchor, from glamour to groundedness. Her message might inspire but also invite critique. What does it mean to live authentically when one's home is a multi-million-dollar estate and one's brand sells premium products? In her view, authenticity isn't tied to austerity, it's about sincerity of choice, intention and presence. In that sense, her barefoot at the door becomes a metaphor. We don't always need big changes, but small practices can anchor us in what matters. At the same time, the visual of aristocracy meets home routine may strike some as incongruous, but perhaps that is the point, bridging two worlds. Her broader work with the couple's foundation, Archwell Foundation, underscores her interest in well-being, mental health, and family support issues, lending credibility to her wellness narrative. Her lifestyle disclosures might also reflect strategic repositioning. As her brand and media presence grow, she highlights the private, relatable side of life. In speaking about grounding and barefoot practice, Markle also taps into wellness trends popular with older women: home rituals, cooking, gardening, family connection, simplicity. For your channel, that suggests content possibilities. You could explore wellness rituals, how celebrities adopt them, and their relevance for older women. Markle's use of fragrance, music, barefoot time, home hosting all speak to sensory experience, an element often appreciated by an older demographic who value ambiance, tradition, atmosphere. Her acknowledgement that she is so conscious and sensitive to fragrance and she associates that with home is a sensory detail that resonates. She also spoke of traveling with a candle to maintain familiarity, again a small ritual that underlines stability and home feel. Such details show that even for someone with global visibility and wealth, small rituals matter, and perhaps that's the core of her message. It isn't just about big philanthropic or public actions, but about how one inhabits the home day to day, how one connects with children, friends, guests. Markle's homespun image may contrast with her prior royal persona, but that transformation is part of her public narrative now. Yet she must navigate the tension between private authenticity and public figurehood. Her wellness disclosures walk that line, personal enough to feel real, polished enough to remain public brand friendly. Analysts might note that such a shift is strategic. As the Sussexes move into production, brand, media and activism, Markle positions herself as lifestyle leader. For older women viewing, the message might be, one can move from one life chapter to another, and find depth in home, routine, ritual, regardless of prior status. Her story becomes less about celebrity and more about reinvention, what happens after the limelight evolves. The barefoot at the door is an image. You don't always need high heels or red carpets, sometimes you just need a moment of welcome. In offering this personal disclosure, Markle opens a window into how she copes with stress, identity, motherhood, and home life under public gaze. Her willingness to make small rituals visible suggests she wants to normalize wellness practices rather than position them only as elitist. That said, critics will continue to point out the disparity between lifestyle narrative and structural privilege. The challenge remains, can such rituals truly speak to the masses when embedded in wealth? But perhaps Markle knows that symbolism matters. In a world of perfect photo ops, a barefoot says, I'm human ground. Her revelation may also serve as inspiration for content creators targeting older female audiences. Your viewers might relate to home, children, kitchen, garden, barefoot comfort. The aesthetic of the home, the importance of ambiance, of fragrance, of music, all resonate with women who have built homes, memories, rituals across decades. For your channel, you could explore celebrity home rituals older women can adopt, or how Meghan Markle's wellness home habits speak to mature women's life stage. In sum, Meghan Markle's latest public sharing gives us more than a celebrity moment, it gives us a narrative of home, ritual, presence, and transition. She shows that even amid global visibility, one can emphasize the ordinary and find solace in the familiar. And that may be especially resonant for women whose big decisions, big transitions, and big chapters are behind them, but whose daily life remains meaningful. For older women, home is often the locus of meaning. Markle's discussion of home rituals acknowledges that and invites viewers to consider their own. By walking barefoot, she symbolically steps off the pedestal and into the shared ground of domestic life. Her lifestyle brand, her media projects, and her wellness messages all interlink with that idea, the public and private merging in purpose. While her Hollywood and royal past might seem far from an older woman's reality, the core message, of grounding, of simple rituals, of bringing loved ones in, translates. Ultimately, Markle's disclosure is an invitation. What small ritual can you adopt today that says, this home is mine, this moment is real? In that sense, the news isn't simply about a celebrity, it's about the possibility of grounding, presence in home even in a life of change. And for your audience, women aged 65 plus, that is a powerful notion, that one's place, one's routine, one's small choices still matter, and still carry meaning. The Duchess of Sussex may walk barefoot in a mansion, but the gesture echoes across homes everywhere, inviting comfort, authenticity and welcome.